Hello, Times Crossword, let's go. Possibly stroke male pigs, bishop released on island. That's oarsman. So possibly stroke is an oarsman because a stroke is one of the people in a rowing boat, the person just in front of the cocks. Male pigs are boars. Bishop released, so release the letter B from the beginning of boars. On island, well, the Isle of Man is an island off the coast of England. African starlings, quick bite, concealed by high fence. This looks like oxpeckers. Let me see if I can explain it. African starling is an oxpecker. Quick bite is a peck surrounded by high fence. Well, an oxer is a high fence. Choice, reportedly taken by photographer, reportedly is one of those words which indicates that a word is spelt differently to how it sounds. So a choice would be a P-I-C-K, which sounds like P-I-C, which is taken by a photographer. Further thought about payment for service. Nice straightforward clue. So further thought could be a reconsideration. About is re, the Latin, and then payment for service is consideration, a legal term. Beam, having ability to restrain opponent. Having ability could be can. Beam. No, not getting that. Welshman protecting current, source of bottled water. So Welshman is Evan, protecting I, which is the symbol for electrical current, and Evian is a place in France which is a source of bottled water. Shot some birds around noon. This is macabre. Shot some birds. So shot could be an anagram indicator for some birds, which is 9 letters long, around noon, around the letter N. So an anagram of some birds, N, and it means macabre. This is macabre, morbidness. Let me just see if that does work. Some birds yap around noon, that does work. Beam, having ability to restrain opponent. Opponent, well, I'm not getting that. Regularly enter an exam, that's most clever, that's neatest. Regularly means every other letter, and every other letter of enter an is N-E-A. And then exam is test, and neatest means most clever. Bring up lover without hesitation, a large naval officer. Well, rear admiral fits the letter pattern. So bring up is to rear. Lover is admirer without hesitation, without ER. A large, A is A, L is the abbreviation for large, and rear admiral is a naval officer. Panic about start of real, Brussels outburst. Gosh, no. Quite a problem for listeners. This is some. Some means quite, and again, this for listeners indicates a word sounding differently to how it's spelt. In this case, a problem is S-U-M, and it sounds the same as S-O-M-E. Particular person originally from American location. No. Irishman visiting close relative. Heretical legislator. No. Farmer that may be used to steer is tiller. A tiller is, well, a tiller could be somebody who tills, and that could be a farmer, and a tiller is a bit on a boat which is attached to the rudder and allows the boat to be steered. Function, popular. This is sign. Sign is a function in mathematics. Popular is in. When visiting the Kent area, well, in Crossword World, the Kent area is almost always a reference to SE because Kent is in the southeast of England. Already looked at all of these. What about 18 across? Yep. So 16 down. Head round city with this writer's place name study. Could this be... Yeah, wow, it is toponymy. So head is top, round is O, city is NY for New York, this writer's is my, and then place name study is toponymy. This clearly ends up. But can I get 3 down? Beam. So that could be a beam of wood, or it could be a beam of sunshine, or it could be a smile. Having ability to restrain opponent. Ah, yes, phew. Cantilever is a beam. Having ability to restrain opponent. Yeah, having ability is clever. It's not can, it's clever. To restrain anti, which is an opponent. Panic about start of real Brussels outburst. I think this is going to be flare-up. It fits the definition of outburst. Panic is flap. About start of real R, and Brussels is EU. Brussels is a general way of referring to the European Union, which EU is an abbreviation for. Great, F is pretty useful crossing letter. Particular person originally from American location. Wow, not getting that. Particular person originally from, well, that could be F. American could be, yes, phew, fusspot. So a particular person is a fusspot. Originally from is F, American is US, and spot is location. Irishman visiting close relative. Yeah, so Irishman I think is Liam, just a name, just an Irish name. Visiting close relative, parent. Heretical, Arian, a follower of Arius perhaps. And then a parliamentarian is a legislator, certainly in the UK. One charged over breaking in. Gosh. No, not getting that. Crank, heading for Western Isle. Crank could be a nutter. Heading for Western could be W. Isle, something N. Nope. Responsible, news broadcast received in farming land. Farming land could be arable. News broadcast could be an anagram of news. Responsible, yes, phew, this is a tricky word, but it's correct. It's answerable, which means responsible. News broadcast, anagram of news, received in arable. Endless report of revolution in East Alabama. Yeah, surely this is eternal. Eternal means endless. Report of revolution, again, report is one of these words indicating a word which is spelt differently to how it sounds. So you've got turn with an E, but a revolution is turn with a U. In east, E. Alabama, A-L. Bomb fragments. Yeah, this is shrapnel. Ruined her plans. Ruined is an anagram indicator for her plans. Crank. Well, this isn't a nutter. It's a tool, a winch. Heading for Western is W, and inch is a general name for an island, not a specific one. Champion initially, inventing stories, tokens of a bygone age. Wow, look at this, it ends A something A. Champion initially could be C. Inventing stories, no, I'm miles away from that. Estimable person, painting, piece of furniture. Oh wow, look at that, 7 down, ends in a B. What's his name? Well, this is Thingamabob, surely. Light adhesive, 12 pence once. Well, 12 pence once is bob, Old English currency before decimalisation. A bob was a shilling, which was comprised of 12 pence. Adhesive is gum. What's his name's is Thingamabob. Light. Light is thin. Adhesive is gum, and 12 pence is a bob. Estimable person, already looked at that. European crazy about cheese, this is Edam. European is E, crazy is mad, about means reversed, and Edam is a type of cheese. Prepare to engage, private, music group. Yeah, this is septet. So prepare is set, to engage or to include, private, and PTE is an abbreviation for private, and a septet is a musical group with 7 members. One leaves Moroccan port carrying a bird. Well, the Moroccan port must be Tunis. If one leaves it, you're left with tons. Carrying a bird. Not getting that. Past, caring ultimately. This is agog. Past is ago. Caring ultimately is the ultimate or last letter in caring, which is G, and agog means eagerly expectant. So, does G help 8 down? I think it does. I'm going to put this in. It's tanager is a bird, which fits the letter pattern. So, the Moroccan port isn't Tunis, it is Tangier. One leaves that, gives you Tangier without the I, which is Tanger. Carrying a, and then you have tanager, which is a bird. More ghastly, ingrained dirt, by river, across motorway. Well, motorway's M, river is R. It's going to end ER because more ghastly indicates that the word is a comparative. More ghastly, yeah, this is grimmer. So, grimmer is more ghastly, ingrained dirt is grime, by river, by R, across motorway, across M. So, closing in, still got this 14 down. Weird one to get, but just 4 to go. French composers, communication on opening of rondo. My heart always sinks when I see composer because I've just never learnt them all. The Times feels free to draw on a vast number of composers. So French composer looks like the definition. Communication, yeah, message. On opening of rondo on R. So I'm thinking Messenger is a French composer. Estimable is rateable. Person painting is RA, which is short for a Royal Academician, which is, I think, what is it? Is it a society of watercolour painters, or is it just a more general society? But in any event, RA is a Royal Academician, and then a table is a piece of furniture. Great, just one clue to go. Champion, initially inventing stories, tokens of a bygone age. So, I've no idea. The definition is either champion or tokens of a bygone age, and I'm inclined to think it's the latter. 15 minutes down. Stories is Anna. Champion, initially inventing stories. Could that be... Wow, I was going to say an anagram of stories, but then that doesn't leave anything for champion. I wonder if this is Historiana. Wow. It certainly fits the letter pattern, but does it fit the word play? And I haven't heard this word before, although it sounds plausible. Champion, initially inventing stories. Wow. Stories is Anna. No, this isn't Historiana, it's Victoriana. Phew. So champion is Victor. Initially inventing is the initial letter of inventing. Anna is stories. And then Victoriana are tokens of a bygone age. So there we go. Every square filled, everything explained, no empty. There is an empty square. Wow. One charged. Yeah, an ion is a charged particle. Over is O, breaking in, breaking IN. So, let me say that again. Everything completed, everything explained, no empty squares. Submit. Hope and pray. Yes, no errors. Fantastic. And a time of 17 minutes. So, what a puzzle. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Just thoroughly enjoyable. And it's so wonderful that we get to be able to have a brand new puzzle of this caliber 6 days a week. And this is just a classic example of the Times. And the beautiful thing about the Times is that you have many setters, but it's a skill of both the setters and the Times editors that when you have a look at this crossword, you don't identify any particular style as belonging to a person. It's just a generic Times style, and you're just assured of a very fair, very high quality puzzle with absolutely beautiful clues and a superb solving experience. So completely delightful. I would say this is not totally easy and also not the hardest of Times puzzles, so perhaps a snitch in the 70s or 80s. Anyway, absolutely fantastic fun. I hope you enjoyed watching that solve. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.